Let's talk about the concept of preeminence. That was something that really was discussed this year, and something's happening around it. Two of our universities, the University of Florida and Florida State University, were, I guess, designated as preeminent universities. First of all, what does that mean? And mean for Florida, University of Florida, and for Florida State University? And what are you focusing in on for those universities in order for them to really become preeminent nationally?
Well, in actuality, those universities earned preeminent status. Now, how did they do that?
Okay.
We spent the previous 2 years looking at metrics from around the United States. What were the achievements and how were they measured metrically of universities that almost invariably rank in the top 10, the top 20, the top 30 in the United States based on all the variables that are out there? We pulled together and synthesized down a set of metrics, and we ensconced them in law so that you could say if a university achieved 11 of 12 of these metrics at this level, they would be considered to be preeminent. Now, University of Florida and Florida State are the first two to achieve at that level.
So they're
what does it mean?
there is what you're saying.
They have
compared
arrived
to the
there.
University of so-and-so
Right.
that are at the top echelon.
Correct. They
Okay.
arrived at that status, and they were just designated such by the Board of Governors at our June meeting. Each of them, by that designation, receive now for the next 5 years each $15 million from the Florida legislature on a recurring basis. That money is to be dedicated to those metrics that will then help them increase, moving University of Florida hopefully ultimately into the top 10 nationally, and Florida State into the top 25. University of Florida is currently about 17. Florida State is currently about 40.
Can you give us an example of a metric, a measurement? What are
Sure.
what is an example of something that you're looking to University of Florida or Florida State to improve upon or whatever with that money?
Sure. Everything from the number of faculty who are full-time teaching faculty to issues of retention rates, graduation rates, the amount of foundation money that is being raised, the amount of research money that is being acquired by the institution. Those kinds of metrics pulled together are what gave us the profile of a preeminent institution. Now, we didn't stop there. The law also asked us to go out and define ultimately what preeminent programs look like, so that not only will other universities have the chance to become preeminent as an institution if they move toward those metrics, and universities like University of South Florida and Central Florida have already begun to tick away at some of those metrics, so they know where they need to go in that regard. But all universities, once we're complete, will be able to identify by definition what a preeminent program looks like, and we'll begin to recognize those over
So you're
time
giving
as well.
incentives not only to universities, but programs within universities that
Exactly.
could become preeminent and qualify for additional funding or whatever.
Exactly. This should not be exclusive. This needs to be as inclusive as possible, so we'll be able to identify great things and reward it. Thus, all boats should have the chance to rise.
So it wouldn't necessarily be true then that a student that does not go to the University of Florida or FSU would have a degree that would be less worthy, let's say, than an FSU or University of Florida.
Absolutely. We've got great universities across the board. This just gives us the ability to categorize where we're great, where we're good, and be able to set benchmarks as to how people who want to can get better and should, and those that are already in an elite status can maintain that status. It also, by the way, gives us a chance to better focus on the niche markets of each university. What is it that separates one university from the other, not just within our state, but on a national level at the same time, and then incentivizes it?